Hello everyone, my name is Sutton the Wolf and welcome back to Memories Dogma Code 1. I got pretty reinvested last episode. Last episode was awesome, in my opinion. It kind of reinvigorated the feelings that I got from the beginning of the game that dealt with a lot of deeper depression stuff and a lot of emotions that aren't really explored very often in these kinds of games. But I really did enjoy it. And I'm hoping that the game continues to kind of fluctuate the emotions in a way that really resonates. I hope that it can continue to do that, but we'll have to see. Because before that, it was starting to get a little bit off, in my opinion. But it's readjusted itself, and I hope it stays that way. So we were captured, and then we have now escaped and reunited with Reina. The moment we left the room, we ran into a veritable maze of crisscrossing paths. B7, which presumably stands for basement floor 7, is even larger than the surface floor of the Connect Center plus the nearby park combined. I feel like we could run into a researcher and security guard at any turn. This isn't part of the public section of the building, this is where the Connect Center keeps all of its research facilities. Looks like even Dana wasn't aware this part of the building existed. I'm sorry, come again? After a lot of running, Dana and I finally make it to the location marked on the map. The door to the room is hanging open, so we're able to make it inside with ease. That's because the person who sent us this map was expecting us to be here. Oh yeah, we got a map telling us where to go. After Dana and I walk inside, the door automatically closes. I turn back and try to open the door again, but it doesn't look like it's going to budge. I guess whoever led us here doesn't want any outside disturbances. Or perhaps they don't intend to let us leave here. Well, in that case, bring it on. The room actually extends pretty far in. Blue lighting illuminates the area, reminding me of how the Connect Center looked when we first came to visit it. There's large black pillars on either side of the room, extending all the way down. Alive? Why did they say alive? When I go to take a closer look at one of the pillars, I realize it's giving off a low humming noise, and then there's a green lamp that blinks on and off at irregular intervals inside. Each one of the pillars has a 3-digit number, like 015, 032, 022 carved into it, and a few of them have the word alive displayed in green letters on an AR display. Are these like test subjects? What on earth is this room for? I don't know, but these pillars are definitely some kind of machine. Oh, I just completely forgot to go into the Dana voice. My bad. Is Kurita in this room too? I feel like something can pop out from anywhere at any time. I walk forward slowly with Dana behind me. The deeper in we go, the fainter the blue light at the entrance gets, plunging us deeper and deeper into darkness. The only light we have left to guide us are the lights. Should that be lights we have left to guide us? Because it's plural, using the word are. I don't know. The only light we have left to guide us are the lights coming off the pillars illuminating our feet. Feels like we've stepped into a massive graveyard. Every now and again there's a whoosh like air being released from one of the pillars. Not just once either, multiple times, at irregular intervals. Every time we hear that noise, Dana and I tense up. What on earth are those devices? I cut her off. Maybe these are the servers that hold the memories of the dead. I doubt that. Why? I've seen the servers that hold the memories of the dead. They don't look anything like this. And I don't think servers would make this kind of noise. I see. We keep walking further in. I'm worried about the whole alive thing. I get the feeling these are some kind of test subjects. As we make our way past the hall of pillars, the light at the other end of the room begins to get brighter as we get closer. I gradually pick up the pace and am practically running by the time we reach the end. The very end of the room opens up into a wide open space. At the very end of the hallway is a wall filled with black pillars lined up horizontally next to each other. And 236 alive. Hey, it's Kurada! This evil bastard. Welcome. Let me congratulate you on making it this far. Kurada standing in front of the wall of pillars. Oh, Aoi's here. Aoi-san standing next to her. Standing next to him, her face pale and lifeless. Aoi-san. Aoi-san doesn't react even when I call her name, just continuing to stare blankly off into space. Yeah, she cut off her finger last episode, and then, like, practically went nuts. Could you please leave her alone for a while? Aoi-kun is tired after completing her task. More importantly, I'm very glad you decided to come to me. I mean, to be fair, we didn't really know it was you that we were coming to, did we? But who told you of this location? Oh, so you didn't tell us this. Completing her task. I'm disgusted by how calmly he can say that after all he put her through. I have nothing to say to you. I face off against Kurada, keeping Dana safe behind my back. Kurada spreads his arms out, smiling. I see. Well, no matter. You showed me something very interesting. How were you able to reactivate your power in that condition? You've even managed to repair your destroyed brain functions. That healing ability of yours is truly impressive. I can't believe you're saying that when you're the one who hurt Hidoki like that. Reina is not happy. Reina exclaims that angrily. Kurada continues as if he's completely unconcerned. Orikasa-kun, I've come to understand quite well the potential of the microchip you've developed. Even if it's still in its trial phase, considering just how powerful it already is, I would call it a resounding success. I didn't develop it so it could be used like this by the likes of you. Now then, please don't be so harsh. Shouldn't the fruits of such amazing research be shared with all? This guy's fucked. I said this last episode, this guy's like not a bad villain. Like, they did a decent job of like portraying him as a pretty like nutso yet somewhat logical villain. Oh yes, there's one thing I suppose I should tell you. The e-memory system that you and Toya-kun developed was truly wonderful. However, I discovered that there was a limit to how far you could go with that technology. Toya? Limit? Oh, was Toya the professor that Dana worked for? I forget. E-memory can only preserve a person's memories, but not whatever abilities they might have had if they were a manifester. Kusuhara-kun, I believe you realize this yourself, haven't you? You've seen what the manifester Sorano-kun was like both when she was alive and after she died. It's true that Sorano was confused by the fact that she could no longer use her ability after she died. Even if that's true, there's no need for someone who's become just memories to use their power. Well, perhaps you don't see the need. What are you talking about? But for someone who's been a manifester since birth, your power is like a part of you. It's one of the factors that makes up the being that is yourself. In other words, a part of your identity. In other words, only by replicating that power as well are you able to properly reproduce the person themselves. Don't you want the kind of memory data that can truly replicate the real Sorano-kun? Isn't that why you came here? It's true there was a time that I thought I could be with Sorano forever if I was able to get her memory data. Poor Aoi, like, holy cow. She's been put through hell, and now hell lives within her. I look at Aoi-san as I answer, but she doesn't look back. But not anymore. All I want now is to know the truth. Kurita takes the words right out of my mouth. And then, why did Sorano have to die? Who killed her? Kuroda, did you kill her? I'm completely dumbfounded. I don't know what trick he used to do that, but Kuroda just said everything I wanted to say to him. Surprised? Looks like you really don't care if you get Sorano-kun's memory data or not. If you want to know the truth that badly, then let me tell you. As Kuroda says that, he suddenly sticks his left hand out at me. An instant later, it feels like a wall smacks right into me. I'm hit with such force that I'm unable to remain standing and fall backwards. Hiroki, are you alright? Yeah. I touch my right cheek and feel it sting. I'm not bleeding, but something definitely hit me. What was that? There doesn't seem to be any kind of weapon in the smiling Kuroda's hand. I just used one of my harvested. Oh shit, is he like taking the abilities of manifestors? Harvested? That shockwave I used to knock you over is indeed a manifestor's power. But it is not my power. What do you mean? Before I answer that, let me answer your first question. Did you kill Mizunashi Sorano, Kuroda? The answer to that is no. What? That's just a technicality. Even if you didn't personally do it, I know that someone in the Connect Center. You also asked, why did Mizunashi Sorano have to die, correct? Let me tell you. Mizunashi Sorano isn't dead. Nice music drop. I like that. So is she really not dead? I don't understand. My mind is instantly thrown into disarray. Mizunashi Sorano isn't dead? What are you saying? That's not possible. That's the only thing that's not possible. Don't lie, there's no way that's possible. Then how was I talking to her just earlier? As if, like, in heaven or something. See for yourself, Kusahara-kun. Oh, is she in this little stasis chamber? Kuroda does something on his MRD, and one of the black pillars starts jettisoning steam. Oh shit! The AR display on the top changes color from green to yellow, as the words turn from alive to reveal. The front part of the pillar with the 3-digit number on it gradually becomes transparent. I'm finally able to see inside what I originally thought was just a black pillar. The whole tank is filled with some sort of translucent blue substance that makes me think it's some kind of water tank. But as I looked harder, I realized there's something inside, and my heart sinks. This isn't possible. I run over to the pillar. I stop right in front of it. And once what's inside becomes completely clear, my mind just goes blank. Oh, jeez. So she's alive? Or is this like a clone? Or what's going on here? This isn't... Sutton's inside the pillar. I reach out and touch the pillar's glass surface. Sutton's eyes are closed and she's floating, suspended in some kind of liquid. She looks like a doll put up on display. Sutton, why? Sutton! I pound on the glass as hard as I can, but Sutton's eyes don't open. Is this a coffin? Or is this device what's keeping her alive? I can't tell just from looking at her. You said before that Sorano isn't dead. Does that mean she can be woken up? I suppose it would have been more accurate to say that a part of her brain is still working. She'll never be able to wake up or regain consciousness again. Oh. Honestly, it depends on your perspective as to whether or not she can be considered alive in such a state. But can we use our recovery thing? I clench both my hands into fists. Only a part of her brain still works and she'll never regain consciousness. In other words, she's barely being kept alive. I wonder what Kurina told Sorino. I wonder if she tried to resist. What kind of terrible things did he end up doing to her? And now she's still being used by Kurina. I clench my fist so tight that my nails bite into my skin. Sorino. Aoi-san totters over to where Sorino is. Did you know, Aoi-san? Did you know that Sorino is being kept barely alive here? Aoi-san doesn't respond to the sound of my voice at all. She just puts both hands on the glass and stares at Sorino. Wait a minute, Sorino had a funeral and everything though. Someone must have checked her face during it. And I mean, I talked to Sorino's memories at the Connect Center. I would like answers, please. I turn back to Kurita and he laughs scornfully. Here is this facility. We preserve the memories of the departed. It's just something we have you believe. That's the whole point of advertising it like that. I captured the manifestors I wanted and used other people's corpses to make it look like they died in an accident. Then I copied over their memories while they were still alive so people could talk to them here. Damn, that is dark. Damn, that's low. Then, thanks to that, the people who come to the Connect Center to converse with their memories conveniently jump to the conclusion that the owner of those memories must be dead and remain only as data. If they're in a mentally insecure state, it's even easier to convince them. Holy shit, that's... Damn. But digitizing living people's memories is illegal. Indeed. It's illegal to digitize the living people's memories, so there's no way a national institution would do such a thing. That's what leads everyone to believe they must be dead. Damn, put it up. What? By mixing in some living people's memories with those of the dead, I was easily able to capture as many manifestors as I wanted. Okay, Kurita should probably, kill us before he said, guarantee that he can kill us before he says all of this. He's kind of making that classic, villain mistake of revealing everything. Kurita does something on his MRD again. The sound of jettisoning steam echoes all throughout the room. When I look around, I see black pillars everywhere. It starts to become transparent. Inside all of them are people like Sorino, manifestors. My own power is the power of recognition. I can tell if someone is a manifestor or not, and what kind of power they have. So is he himself a manifestor then? Laying all the groundwork for this took a lot of time and effort. Everything suddenly fits together. The things we can't bring into the room with us during our meeting. The fact that we're not allowed to ask the dead how they died. And the strange way Sorino was acting the first time we talked. That wasn't a bug in replicating her memories. She just couldn't answer because she wasn't actually dead. I must say, Kusuhara-kun, you've managed to surprise me at every turn. Back then, when you came to the lounge, you were the first person to try so hard to squeeze out a person's cause of death from them. We honestly weren't expecting that conversation hour. It was quite the surprise. But thanks to you, we were able to alter the memory replication algorithm to prevent any further cases like yours. Kurita's words don't even register in my mind. I'm still overwhelmed by the reality I've just come to understand. The truth that I've learned. Reina, who's been silent this whole time, finally opens her mouth. This facility was only formed because of the Memory Preservation Act. Which means that kidnapping incident where a person's memories were uploaded onto the internet that caused the bill to be proposed in the first place had something to do with you people as well? You really are a genius, Orikasa-kun. However, there's no need for you to know. Let me tell you though, we've been planning this long before you even developed e-memory. Though your development of e-memory did give us a breakthrough. Thanks to you, we were able to progress quite rapidly. I am truly grateful to you. Man, this guy is a jerk. If only Toya could have been a bit more understanding, he wouldn't have had to pass away, leaving his beloved disciple behind. That is probably the only thing I still regret. What do you mean? Don't tell me you killed Makoto-sensei? Who knows? I'm afraid I've forgotten something that happened so long ago. You... Dana, stop! Dana charges at him before he can stop her. She's holding her pen device in her left hand. There's a small blade jutting out the tip of it. There's no way something like that would be enough to... Just like he did to me before, Kurita extends his left hand out towards Dana. Dana's blown back from the force. Would have kind of liked a sound effect there. I run over to Dana and gently try to raise her up. I'm fine. Dana tightly grabs my arm. This is too cruel. I glare at Kurita. You'd even mock the memory of the dead? How low can you go? It's an unfortunately necessary lie for the realization of my grand plan. There isn't even an ounce of sympathy or guilt in his voice. I can feel the hot, burning sensation well up within me again. Me, Dana, Sotono, and countless others were just fuel to drive his ambition. I will never forgive you, Kurita. I throw a punch at Kurita. I conjure up an image of me releasing all my pent-up energy into my right arm. Cool. Why do you think I had Sotono-kun brought here? Kurita extends the palm of his hand to try and intercept my fist. My fist stops right in front of his palm. I put even more force into my arm, but an even stronger force repels it. Sharp pain runs through my arm and into my entire body as I collapse onto the ground. I hear Dana shout from behind me. Kurita, you said you used a harvested before. So that means you're using these other people's abilities. Kurita looks down at us sitting on the floor as he walks over. Correct, Torikasa-kun. There's an unwavering confidence in his posture. Just like you, I have a microchip embedded within me as well. Right here. Kurita taps his temple with his right index finger. And starting with Sotono-kun, I have implanted the people preserved within these capsules with microchips as well. What do the microchips do? I look over at Sotono. So there's a microchip buried somewhere in her brain. I'm linked with their brains. Everything I feel is transmitted to their brains electronically, giving them the impression that they're the ones experiencing it. Does that include senses, like sight and hearing and whatnot? In other words, if I feel endangered, they too will think they're endangered. And as a self-defense mechanism, they will try to activate their power. Those electric signals are then transferred back to me, allowing me to use their power. Oh, that's fucked. He uses their power because he can manipulate them into feeling like they're in danger. That is fucked. They're the ones doing this? Everyone in this room is being controlled by Kurita to feel the same things he does. And in order to protect themselves, they unconsciously activate their powers, even while asleep. That is messed up. Do you understand now? Now let me ask you one more time. Kuda just stops in front of me and looks down imposingly. Do you finally feel like joining us? Okay, I think I'm going to have to end this episode here because this is going on for a little bit, and I feel like it's going to continue to go on for a little bit, and I don't have much time. So I'm going to answer this question next time, guys. Sorry about that. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I do really like this. This is cool. This is really interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about the plot twist with Sutton actually being alive. I still need to think about that a bit. But it is interesting. So, thank you guys so very much for watching. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. I will always read them and I will always take into account. And as always, I will see you guys next time for another episode of Memories Dogma Code 1.